Hey, this was the Vic Mignogna panel on Friday.
Vic is already inside.
Oh, the Vic Mignogna panel.
Yeah.
Any restrictions on photography or videography?
Photography?
Any restrictions on photography?
No, it's usually he's fine. I think he's fine with
Okay, that I need to know. Thanks.
Essential workers, a lot of you. I feel like I never realized how essential I was. I feel like I've got plenty of time on my hands. I'm not essential. Yes, you are.
Every job is essential.
What?
Every job is essential.
Exactly. So you know what I did? I was approached by some authors to do some audiobooks. And my mom is in the front row, and she is a big audiobook fan. So this is not a paid endorsement. This was not rehearsed, was it? I've never spoken to you before. You're not a plant in the audience. So the first book I did was called In Plain Sight by Dan Willis. What do you think of that one?
Good. It was very good. Very good.
Well said. Wait a minute, but now we're getting to that. The second one is called The Crimson Spark by William Hastings. I did was called In Plain Sight by Dan Willis. What do you think of that one?
Good. It was very good. Very good.
Well said. Wait a minute, but now we're getting to that. The second one is called The Crimson Spark by William Hastings. And what did you think of that one?
Good. It's even better. A lot of new voices. Yes.
See that? You can't buy that kind of publicity. I hope you'll check them out. They're on Audible, right?
It's Audible.
Please check them out. What?
I don't have an Audible.
Get out of here. Go buy Audible. Go get on Audible, brother.
I will, sir.
Okay. So I will if you'll pay for
As
it.
long as your mom,
What?
as long as your mom have a good approval of your audiobooks, I'm getting it.
There you go. Yeah, moms don't lie.
And I'm a grandma's boy.
Or maybe your mom lies, but my mom doesn't lie. I had so much fun. Can I tell you something about audiobooks? So, several voice actors that I've known over the years have always talked about, they're like, hey Vic, if anyone ever asks you to do audiobooks, don't. They're like, don't do them. They take so long, they're so time intensive, and they don't pay very well. You know, just don't do it. So I made a little mental note. Note to self, don't do audiobooks. The end, right? Well, wasn't doing much else in 2020, and so as luck would have it, this guy contacts me and he says, hey, I've enjoyed your work over the years, and I'm an author, and I've written this book called In Plain Sight, and so I thought, you know what? Let's do it, right? I mean, I've heard the stories, but let's see. And I have a studio in my home, and it was kind of cool, y'all. Like, throw your robe on, make a cup of coffee, and go sit in the studio in front of a microphone and read a book, basically. So I did it, and I enjoyed it a lot. And you know what I enjoyed about it? It was kind of like acting, right? It was kind of like voice acting, only without the mouth flaps, which is good. We don't like those. That makes it always trickier, but I was able to, you know, to play all these different characters, and I got really invested in the story. Like, I wake up each morning going, I wonder what's going to happen in today's chapter. And so I did the first one, and it turned out really good. I was really pleased with it, and the author was very pleased. And then another guy contacted me, William Hastings, for The Crimson Spark. And that one, oh my gosh, it's a fantasy kind of a story. I don't even know how you would describe it. It's almost like a Lord of the Rings kind of a thing, where everything is created. You know what I mean? It's like the world they're in, the country they're in, the type of people that are there, it's all its own universe. And it's a great story, though, about these two kids that are runaways, like runaway slaves. But it's in this fantastic kind of really imaginative world. So check it out. I told William Hastings yesterday that I was going to make sure and let you guys know about The Crimson Spark and In Plain Sight by Dan Willis, okay? If you like audiobooks, check them out. Even if you don't, will you tell them what you told me about the difference between... How many of you have listened to an audiobook before? In Plain Sight. Okay. I love you. I love you a long time. Thank you. Who said that? Did you enjoy it? Oh my, I'm listening to it right now. I'm not listening to you in the front.
Shut up, I'm trying to listen to this audiobook.
Remember, you were telling me just the other day, right? About how she listens to audiobooks all the time, right?
Most of the time, the readers do not put a lot of effort into the different characters. And this, in the second book, is got probably 15 characters, and every single one is a different voice. They're really good.
I think she... Wait, say that again.
Because he paid me to say that, or because I'm his mother.
I'm still waiting on the DNA test. That one. Let's just, for the sake of argument, say that I am related to you. Go ahead.
Anyway, it's great. Yeah, the voices are great.
That's what I enjoyed about it. And I've listened to audiobooks, and I've often found that sometimes the readers are a bit flat. You know, they're a little flat. And so I really enjoyed bringing a whole bunch of different personalities to all the characters. And somebody wrote me the other day, I think it was Sherry, wrote me the other day and said, it's like watching a movie with your eyes closed. Like you could visualize the characters and the story. So check it out. I don't want to, I've talked about that too much already, but check it out. That's something I've been doing and really enjoy doing. I hope I get to do more of. But I want to talk with you guys. You guys here all weekend? Now I don't want to scare anybody, but I have a panel every day. So I want to see all of you guys every day. Okay? This is going to be an awesome weekend. You first and foremost. I want to see you every day. All right? Who's got a question? You got a question to start us off here?
Did you have, or you a fan of any anime yourself, like whenever you were coming up, like one of the ones that you like?
Well, whenever I was coming up, as in her age, a lot of people have asked me that. They're like, did you ever like anime? Were you an anime fan? I was, but I didn't know it. There were these shows on television when I was a kid. Speed Racer. Anybody remember Kimba the White Lion? This was before Simba and the Lion King. Battle of the Planets. So I loved these shows, and Mother, do you remember that Wayne Allen and I used to imitate those characters? I don't know if you ever heard us do that. My friend Wayne and I, we would go to this video arcade, which was by the church that we went to, and we would always imitate the characters from Speed Racer. And I didn't even know why it was weird. I loved the show. It didn't look like Scooby-Doo. It didn't sound like Bugs Bunny. You know what I mean? It was different. And as a kid, I didn't know why it was different. I just knew that I liked it. And come to find out many years later, it's anime from Japan.
Really?
I'm like, well, that explains a great deal. In fact, can I tell you a funny, what I think is kind of a really sweet Speed Racer story? If you've heard this before, don't leave. Like, I know this one. Click. Several years ago, there was ADV Films, anime company that was in Houston for many years, which is actually where I started. They organized the first annual American Anime Awards. And the idea behind it was that it would be kind of a Oscars for anime. And they had all the different categories, right? Best long-form anime, best short-form anime, best leading actress, best actor, best supporting, best artwork, and they had all kinds of cool things, right? So this happened to be the year that we had just released Fullmetal Alchemist. And I was nominated for Best Actor for Fullmetal, but guess what else? ADV, okay, Funimation put out Fullmetal, but that same year, I did Macross. I played Hikaru Ichijo, which you may know as the Rick Hunter character from Robotech, the same year. So I was nominated for Fullmetal and Macross, right? And they had preliminary popular voting, and it narrowed down to like the top 5 in every category. And the top 5 in every category went to New York City. They'd rented out a theater to hold the first annual American Anime Awards, right? And so we're all there. And I sit down. I mean, just an audience, we're all sitting there in this audience, nice big theater, probably about the size of this room. And I sat down, and I'm sitting by these people, I'm like, hi, how are you? Hi, I mean, I don't know who these people are, just where they came from. Hey, how are you? Cool, let's start. Da, 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 da. And they start the show, right? And we're watching, and they're going through the categories. The people in the back of the room right now, they're like, where is he? Why is he not standing up? I am standing up! It's a Full Metal joke, sorry. So, so we're sitting there, and they get to the Lifetime Achievement Award for anime. Now, by the way, I didn't even know what all the categories were, right? I was there because of the nomination for Best Actor, but I didn't really know and it was kind of cool, like all these different categories that they were celebrating. So I'm sitting there between, I remember who was on this side, and there was an older gentleman on this side, and kind of in the middle of the row. And so the person at the podium is saying, this voice actor is known as the voice of Speed Racer. And I'm starting nerding out now. I'm like, Speed Racer's here? Oh my gosh. Like, what I just told you when I was a little kid. I loved that show, and we would imitate those characters. And I didn't even know who the actor was, who the characters were. But it was like such a childhood thing for me. And I'm like, how cool is this? Like, I'm supposed to be here for this awards thing, and the voice of Speed Racer's getting an award, right? And they announce his name. Who knows it? Nobody knows who played Speed Racer?
Dang it, I forgot. It's been too long.
What? Yes, Peter Fernandez. So, the Lifetime Achievement Award, Peter Hernandez. And the old guy sitting beside me stands up. And starts walking to the stage, and I'm like, when he came back, I was a whole different person, right? Before that announcement, I'm like, how you doing, man? It's great to see you. Where are you from? It was kind of a cool evening. Did you get some good to eat? Just normal banter. And when he comes back, he's like, and he's holding the trophy. And he shows it to me. It's beautiful. It was like this mecha, gold mecha. And it looked like an Academy Award, but it was a robot. It was really cool.
Golden Gundam?
Yes, like a Gundam. Yes, very much. So he sits back down beside me, right? And then suddenly I'm just like, I can't believe this. Like, the only anime that I loved, that I didn't even know was anime as a child, and the guy whose voice I listened to is sitting beside me right now. And then it got to the Best Actor category. See, I'm getting all teary again.
Do not cry. I am here.
That'll keep me from crying. So they get to the Best Actor, and they read the nominations, and I won, and I went up and got my award, and I came back down and sat down beside him, and we're both showing each other, our awards, the plaques, and I was like, this is the most surreal moment ever. You know what I mean? Like, who could ever have planned something like that, And I thought, talk about coming full circle, And I think that's one of the reasons that I love so much when you guys come to the autograph table or in the panels and you talk about, voice of my childhood. And I'm like, how could I be? I'm not that old. And then the other voice goes, yes, you are.
And then you say, no, you're not.
This voice needs to beat up that voice. That's what needs to happen. So when I hear that from you guys, I need you to know how much it means to me. Because I never imagined that I would ever be a part of anything that would be widespread and that people would enjoy. So I'm incredibly humbled that you're here and that we've had so much fun in the anime world together for so many years. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much. What'd you call me? What? Nerd. Security. A woman posing as my mother got in here. Who's got a question? Yes, my dear. Hi.
So, well, everyone and their mother has asked you to do Tamaki's coffee line.
Everyone and my mother.
Was there ever like a...
My mother never asked me to do the coffee line.
Oh, man.
By the way, FYI, she doesn't even know what that means. She's sitting up there right now going, what coffee? I could use a coffee.
So, was there ever like a cheesy or flirty pickup line you ever wanted to say as some other character?
No.
You fight.
And the track.
Wait, one second. You mean like did you say Junpei? Dun, 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 dun. Junpei has leveled up. Has there, no. I'm not really good with pickup lines. I could probably learn a thing or two from Tamaki. But then I really think Tamaki ended up being like Maka's dad. You know what I mean? Like in high school, he I run the host club, and long live the poor, and you beautiful princess, doing all that. And then he grows up, and he goes to college, and then he starts drinking, and you know what I mean? And then he loses his job, and suddenly, nobody likes him anymore. He's like, hey, remember me from high school? They're like, what happened to you, Tamaki?
Tamaki has hit rock bottom.
Yes, exactly. Question? Yeah.
Hey, what question do you have?
So, what is your fitness routine?
That presupposes I have a fitness routine. No, I love you. Let's get those eyes worked on, okay? Get those eyes worked. No, just trying to stay in front of it. Thank you for that, though. No, I love to play racquetball. And I have softball. I had a doubleheader Tuesday morning in Dallas. Oh my God. It was 95 degrees. And there was no shade.
I hate
And everybody was like, please, just lose the game. We don't even care. Just throw the game and let's get in the shade somewhere. So hot. But no, I don't really have one. I should, especially now. At the twilight of my life. Question? Yes. Hi.
Okay, who do you think should have ended up with Haruhi?
Who did you say? Who do I think should end up with Haruhi? Well, there's no question, is there? I mean, there's Tamaki and everyone else. Yes, my dear. Yes.
What was your favorite moment, with the actors on Ouran High School?
You know, I'm so glad you asked. I know you guys have probably heard some of these stories before, but it's nice to be sharing them with you again. One of the special things about Ouran High School was that it was one of the very few shows that I had seen some of before we dubbed it, before I was even in it, before it was even licensed to an American company. Caitlin Glass, who you know as Haruhi, wonderful actress, wonderful director. One day she handed me a DVD and she said, there are 5 or 6 episodes of this show on here and you should see it. It's really funny and this one character reminds me of you. So I watched it and I thought it was just wonderful. I love that show, you guys, love it. And this was before it was even licensed. So there's not much chance you're gonna get to be a part of that because the show's not even licensed. And I was living in Dallas, or Houston at the time. So if a company in LA licensed it, nobody in this area would be a part of it probably. If it had been licensed in New York City, I wouldn't be a part of it. If it were licensed in Canada, I wouldn't be a part of it. But as luck would have it, Funimation got the license, and I couldn't wait to audition. And I really felt like I jinxed myself because I really wanted to play Tamaki. All of the other characters up to that point, I didn't know much about the show. So I didn't really know what I was missing. You know what I mean? Even Edward. When I went into audition for Fullmetal, they had a loose leaf binder with pages, a different character on each page. And it would have a picture of the character, his name, a little brief description about what kind of person he is, and then 4 or 5 lines of dialogue. And when I went in to audition for Fullmetal, I didn't even know that this little kid with the red coat was the Fullmetal Alchemist. I just liked the character description and auditioned for it, and then found out later that it's such an amazing show. But the point is, at the time, I had no idea. So had I not been a part of it, I might not really have known what I was missing. But Ouran High School was different because I knew about that show and I was in love with it, right? So I really was excited to be a part of that show. So much so that I think I kind of drove Caitlin crazy sometimes because I enjoyed doing it so much and I wanted to savor the moment so much that I would do a line and Caitlin would say, okay, that was great, let's move on. And I'd be like, can I do it again? She's like, no, it was fine. I'm like, yeah, but I have an idea. Can I try one more time? Like, just not wanting it to end, you know what I mean? Because I love that show so much. So much. Question? Yes, sir. I'm coming back. Coming for you. Ichigo? Oh, okay. I just saw the orange spiky here. Yes. When I was a kid, who did I like to imitate from Speed Racer? Well, by far the easiest one, because he was so comedic, was Pops Racer.
I built the Mach 5. I know what it's capable of doing.
Right?
Speed, we want to come with you.
I'm sorry, Spraddle, it'd be too dangerous. I mean, we would do the whole thing. But Pops Racer was always kind of the fun one, because he was just kind of crazy. Yes, my dear. Hello.
So my mother does not believe that you voiced Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist.
Is this your mom? Our moms should get together. Our moms should talk about us. I'm welcome. Glad you're here. And so she doesn't believe it? Even now?
It's a request, so is it okay if you do a line from Edward Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist?
Okay, I'll do this. What?
I got some milk for you.
I love milk. I don't know what Ed's problem is. I really don't. I love it. Okay, what's your name? Hi, Jody. Nice to meet you. Okay, Jody, this is just for you, okay? Everybody, do you remember the last final scene in Brotherhood? Jody, you remember it? where Ed and Winry are saying goodbye for a while, and Ed's getting on the train, right? All right, and then Ed has that last little speech, right? All right, close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. Jody, close your eyes. Moms are not allowed to peek any more than anyone else. I want you to see that scene in your mind, okay? There's no such thing as equivalent exchange. It doesn't exist. Sacrifices are necessary. You can't gain anything without sacrificing something first. But if you can endure that pain and rise above it, you'll find that you have a heart strong enough to overcome any obstacle. Yeah. A heart made full metal. See, and now I'm tearing up again.
And that's the reason why I never stop fighting.
Yes. A favorite Full Metal blooper. What, didn't we do one blooper where I said something about I can read a map? Yes. What was it? I can't remember the exact line. It's like, of course I can read a map, I'm a man. I don't even remember exactly what. You know what? That's what when you asked me about Ouran, that's what I was gonna say, and I completely got off track. One of the things I loved the most about Ouran was that they told us ahead of time that they were gonna put bloopers on the DVD. Now, you guys may not know this, but that's not normal. A lot of anime companies don't let the American companies put bloopers. You know why? Because they take their projects very seriously.
That's a fact.
They don't want to see, you know what I mean? They don't want to hear you making fun of a character or putting words in that character's mouth that they might not say, or, they're very protective. Just like a lot of you would be of your art, right? Something you worked on. So when we started Ouran, one of the first things Caitlin said was, we're going to be able to release bloopers with the DVDs. So suddenly everybody's looking for funny things to do to put on the bloopers. So, okay, I promised in the back here. How are we doing on time? Oh my goodness. Time goes so fast, doesn't it?
I won't be able to do
I'm coming back to you. You're next. I promised this guy right here. Oh, big fan. Thank you. What's your name?
DJ.
Nice to meet you, DJ.
If Crow could have one weapon from the series in real life, what would it be?
If Crow could have...
Crow. Uncle Crow. Well, if I could have any weapon, probably a really tall ball. And then I'd hit it against something so it would break. Really sharp. Like a whip.
His sight is amazing, Jay. I love his sight. I absolutely love his sight.
It's a shotgun, it's a sight, it's a sword.
Exactly. Yes, dear.
What was it like to voice as Rohan in JoJo's?
Rohan Yoshibe. Oh my gosh. I love him too. He was so much fun. Another kind of eccentric character, Yes.
Sarcastic guy.
Yes, that's very much so. I love Rohan. He was so much fun.
I refuse not to let you get passionate about a set amount of crust.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Let me finish answering her question, okay? And I know there was a Netflix, right? There was something on Netflix too.
Yeah.
I didn't get to be a part of that, but I love. What was Diamonds Are Unbreakable? I think that was the name of the season. Yes, absolutely loved it. Absolutely.
I literally have it as my backpack. I literally have it as my backpack.
Oh, that's so adorable. A guy made a fan made me a custom Rohan Funko Pop. And people did this, but they cannibalize different pieces from different Funko Pops and put them together to make your own character that has a certain kind of hair. Oh, look at this hair from this guy, and this body from this guy. And I love it. I have these cute little Rohan funkins. Which reminds me, can I tell you guys really quick? I've had a custom figure design. Now, the thing that's fun about it, it's supposed to be me, but like nobody wants a figure of me. What they might like, I love you. But what they might like is a figure that has elements of maybe 10 or 12 different characters. So imagine a figure that has part of a red coat and part of a purple jacket. And maybe has a metal hand, and the metal hand is holding a gun called Bloody Rose. And the other hand is holding a scythe. And the pants are actually swimming, the tights, right, with the little red. And maybe he's wearing a top hat, like a character from One Piece. And maybe on the top hat is a pair of orange goggles, like from Naruto. And let's see what, and then he has this piece of green fur tied around his waist. Cool, right? So I'm working on getting this made. So keep your eyes open for that. You guys follow me on Twitter? Not much of an Instagram guy myself, I'm sorry. But be watching if that sounds like something that'd be fun to add to a collection. The prototype is done. It's really adorable. And this year I'm hoping to, maybe get some made. So there's that. Now, did you have a question for me, my friend?
Yes, I do, and a request.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this in terms of what Brody was saying. Okay. Are you a monster or a devil? And if you are a devil, can I pick you up?
That was awesome. Kakarot. Kakarot! Give it up for this guy. Okay, you're chasing me, aren't you?
Can I hear one of your Tamaki's host pickup lines for all the ladies?
Only in anime do these lines work. They don't work in real life. Guys, FYI, they don't work. What's a good one? I don't really. Brian, what's a good one? What? The daddy quote? What does that even mean? What? Oh, that's the coffee line, yeah. Wow, it's been a long time since there's been any coffee lines. It seems like it. All of this year, all of last year. I don't think I did it at any events in 2019. Probably did it in 2018, so it's been a while since we had the coffee line. Absolutely. It's wonderful to see all you beautiful princesses here. Welcome to the host club. Long live the poor. Yes. Okay, let's see how we do time. Okay. I'm trying to spread it out here because don't want anybody to be missed out. Yes, my dear. Are you really, you were holding your hand up for her? That's a good friend right there. Hi. What's your name?
Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. Give it up for Amanda, everybody. Nice. She's got the flamel on her. Oh, yeah.
Before voice acting, what did you want to do for work?
Well, when I was a little boy, I wanted to be an archaeologist. I wanted to dig up dinosaur bones. And I think every kid did at one point. Then Star Wars came out, and I wanted to work in special effects. Like I wanted to blow up miniatures and animation and cool special effects. I really stumbled into this career. I was living in Houston 20 some years ago, and when I first moved here, I actually taught at the Art Institute of Houston, down in Montrose, I think was where it was back then, and then it moved to the Galleria area on Yorktown. But I taught there music and video production and stuff. I never really thought that anything would come of acting or singing or any of those creative things, because there's so many people that want to do it, and there are very few opportunities to do it. So I thought, well, that's never going to happen. I was telling somebody the other day, and I think we were at dinner, and we were talking about this very thing. And I remember when I graduated from college, and all of my friends were like, so I did all the musicals in college, right? And did a lot of the stage plays in college. And they'd be like, so are you gonna go to New York and get on Broadway? No. Because that seems so unrealistic, Like it's kind of a pipe dream thing, And then other people would say, are you gonna go to LA? Like get in TV and movies and stuff? I'm like, no. Because it didn't occur to me that that's not something. Creative fields are not like a lot of other fields. There are a lot of jobs that you go to school, you learn the trade, you get hired to do the job. Whereas when you talk about artistic things, creative things, there are so many variables, and not everybody, everybody wants to do it, and very, very few opportunities to do it. So I never had any illusions about getting involved in acting in any large scale, or for that matter, voice acting. But you know what? I still acted. I acted in stage plays in community theater, my church programs, and any chance I could to just do something because I loved it, not because I was ever going to make any money with it, not because I was ever going to, be a famous anything, but because I loved it, just like you guys. Everybody here has something in your life that you love to do, and you will do it no matter what. Nobody has to pay you. How many of you are artists? A lot of you, I know you are. You draw, right, Jody? Your daughter, right? Okay.
I write stories and make movies.
Well, there you go. But the thing is, here's what my point is. A lot of you guys are artists. Now, how many of you that are artists only draw pictures or paint pictures if somebody pays you to do it? No, my point is you do it anyway, right? You do it because you love it. You don't do it because somebody paid you to do it. Now, if it becomes a job, you continue doing it. But your expression of your heart and your creative feelings and your passions that come out through dance and singing and writing and acting and painting and writing stories, all of those things you do because there's just a fire burning in you, and you just gotta do it. It doesn't matter if it's gonna make you any money, that's not why you did it. So I've been acting since I was like 10, 12 years old because of Star Trek, which we have not talked about yet. Somebody remind me, let's talk about Star Trek tomorrow, okay? Because that was my jam when I was a little kid. And I went and started auditioning for school plays because I loved Star Trek. And I loved what William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy, what those actors, the stories they were telling, they inspired me and they moved me. And I'm like, I want to do that. So I started auditioning for school plays, 10, 12, 13 years old, and have been acting ever since. But it was never about, how much money am I going to make? Or how popular is this going to be? Never really thought about it. I don't think anybody could have ever imagined that the anime industry would have exploded as it has over the last 15 or 20 years. Promise me you're going to come to my panel tomorrow, okay? You guys promise me? I'm going to take one more question. Come here. Wait, wait! Oh, Pikachu before?
Alright, I'm gonna need you to do a good think on this one, okay? Of every single person you have ever voiced, 2 of them meet in a bar, get drunk off their ass, what would the interaction be?
I love you, bro. I'm not touching that. See, that's the kind of question that gets you in trouble. Because you just shoot from the hip, right? And there are 20 video cameras running right now. See, that's the way it works. Is you say something because you think it's going to be funny, and then it's dumb, or people take it out of context, and they use it to bludgeon you with. Pikachu, you are our final question. If he can eat a human, he can eat a microphone, right? Hey, please do the question in the Pikachu voice. He's like, oh crap. Pika, Pika. I know that question. Pika, Pika.
What advice would you give to someone who is maybe looking at trying to get into voice acting?
First thing you want to do is dress up in a large yellow costume. But you got that one down, right? I'm so glad you asked, because this is a perfect place to pause for today, and we'll pick it up tomorrow, okay? We'll get through a bunch more questions. He talked about getting into voice acting. A lot of people ask about this. The first thing, there are 3 things. There used to only be 2, but I added a third one, which I think may be the most important. If you're interested in voice acting, the first thing is acting. Because it's not about voice, it's about acting. A lot of people remember when English dubs were kind of lame. And you know why they were lame? Because they used to hire radio disc jockeys and announcers to do the characters. And they had these great voices, right? They're radio guys, and they had great voices. Thank you.
Thanks a lot!
So, acting is the first thing. I'm gonna do it super fast. Get involved in acting. Get involved in school productions, audition for things, build your skills as an actor. The second thing is location. You kind of have to be where the work is to get that kind of work. There are several studios in Texas, right? LA, New York. And the third one, and possibly the most important, is don't give up. You have to be tenacious. You have to keep pushing, because if you're the kind of person that gets discouraged really easily, like, I auditioned for 10 things and I didn't cast in anything. You gotta keep going, because that 11th one may be the magic one, right? You guys, I'm heading back down to my autograph table. Come see me. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, right?
All right.